A very good morning to all of you. My name is Professor Roshan Koshi and I teach at the Indian Institute of Hospitality and Management based in Vasai. So today we are going to learn about table setup and place settings. What is a table setup? So basically speaking, a table setup is the proper arrangement or placement of all the crockery, cutlery, glassware and napkin on the table for a guest to sit and eat either breakfast, lunch or dinner. Going ahead, let us see how did table setups originate. In the ancient world, during the time of the Greeks, during the time of Alexander the Great, as all of you know, have heard about him. They used to place food on the table and butlers used to come and serve it to them, or they used to put in their hands and take it out by themselves. Then came the modern world and they are the ones who introduced table setups. Now when we talk about table setups, a certain point that you have to remember or keep in mind is types of service. There are different types of service which are used in the hospitality industry in the modern world. We have got pre-plated service or the American style of service. We have got a French service, we have got Russian service, we have got English service, we have got Garrido service. All of these different types of services have got different types of table setups. So this is something very, very important. Normally, when a guest comes into a restaurant and sees the table setup done, he feels special. He feels very, very special. And another advantage of having a table setup is that it helps the food look good. So going ahead, I will show you a small practical of what a standard table setup should look like. So now I'm going to set up one cover of an entire table and let us learn today how a table cover setup is going to be done. So when you're going to set up a cover, what you have to do first and foremost is you have to make sure the chair of the cover which you're going to set up is arranged properly. Once the chair is arranged properly next to the table or in front of the table, we go on to the next thing that we have to do, which is setting up a dinner plate. This plate has to be placed exactly in the center of the table or exact in the center of the cover, because this is how the guest is going to look at the plate. Once the plate is placed, the next thing that we have to look at is the placement of the AP knife. Now AP stands for an all-purpose knife. So when we talk about an AP knife, we will place it right next to the plate. On the right hand side of the plate, the edge of the knife has to face towards the left hand side, and the knife should be at least half an inch away from the edge of the table. Now why is this important? This is important so that when a guest is sitting here, sitting on the chair, his hand should not touch any of the cutlery, and even if it does touch the cutlery should not fall off the table, right? So once the knife is placed, right next to the knife, we will place the AP spoon. Again, like I mentioned earlier, AP is translated into all purpose. Then we come on to the left hand side of the plate, and on the left hand side we will place the fork. Next to the fork we will place a side plate or a B&B plate. The setup is not over yet. Now since we have got a B&B plate, the full form of a B&B is bread and butter. We will place a small knife which is called as a B&B knife right here on the side of the B&B plate. Now this knife helps the guest when he has to apply butter on the bread. So that is why it is called a B&B knife. It does not have a cutting edge, but still this knife would also face to the left hand side of the cover. Now we have got something called as a central arrangement, which consists of a budwas and a salt and pepper cruet. And to finish off our table setup, we have got something which is called as the napkin fold or a guest napkin. Now as you can see, this napkin has been folded into a nice shape, and the name of this particular fold is called as a bishop's hat or a bishop's mitre. Doesn't it look good? Do you think the table setup is over? No, it is not. There is one element which is still missing. So let's go ahead and do that element. Now, as I introduce this plate as a dinner plate, that means I'm going to do a table setup for the dinner service. And generally when we talk about dinner, it generally revolves around wine. So I had told you earlier that there is one element missing, and that element is going to be the glasses which we are going to use to have beverages. The first and foremost glass that we're going to place is the water goblet, and this is going to be placed exactly at the tip of the AP knife. Then we would have another glass which is called as the white wine glass, which is placed at an angle to the water goblet. And in the end, we would be placing a red wine glass which is right next to the white wine glass. And voila, your table cover is ready. Now this same cover setup can be done for all the covers on the table, be it 2, be it 4, be it 6, or be it 8. So friends and students, stay connected for more videos. Thank you and enjoy.